What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever, the inaugural Let's Play on my channel. My name is Eli, and today we are playing one of my favorite games on PS4, and that is Transistor. Now I'm gonna hop into this game right here. Originally, if you've never played Transistor, or if you have no idea what this game is, this game came out in 2014, so it's not brand new, but it's not super old. Developed by SuperGiant Games, the guys that did Bastion and are currently working on Pyre. Super talented guys. And actually, probably one of my favorite studios because of this game in particular. So I recently played this game a couple days ago. Again, I platinumed it. If any of you trophy hunters are with me, this game isn't that hard to platinum, which is a good thing. It takes some work. But not that much work. But enough of my trophy hunting, trophy horror scandals.
Sort of.
Now, this game, very special, and for a myriad of reasons. But we're gonna go down the bullet points here. So the first bullet point, the first reason this game, if you haven't played, is very special and amazing, is the battle system itself. Now, like I said, it's an action RPG.
Let's go.
But there is a certain mechanic in this game, and I was trying to find the words there, and it's called the turn system, and it is this system right here, where you can either do your moves in real time, which is the abilities you have, and you'll see the abilities I have in here aren't the abilities if you're playing this for the first time you'll have, because I've played through the game several times now. And so, like I said, you can use your moves in real time like this right here, where you can just go and mess some stuff up. Or you can pause the game in this turn system and plan out each move within the limitations of this bar, or the turn bar, if you will. And that is obviously one of the reasons I love this game. But when it comes to gameplay, and I'm jaunting all over this place, aren't I? When it comes to gameplay, these guys, and by these guys, oh, I forgot to pick it up. I mean SuperGiant Games. Get away from me. Are very clever. I'm getting distracted here. Very, very clever when it comes to the design of their game and the abilities in this game. So there are, I don't know exactly how many abilities. I want to say about 20, around 20, and then there's multiples of, or duplicates of certain abilities that you can get. But each ability, so like right now I have some equipped on X, circle, square, and all that nonsense. But you could equip those as any. So as a passive for an ability, or as as a passive for Red, the character, which we'll get into in a second, or as like a complement to an ability. And then obviously as you progress, you unlock more abilities, which gives you more options to work with. And right now you won't be messing up guys as hard as I am, because like I said, I have some of the best abilities in the game, I think. But you can play the game however you want. When it comes to, maybe you just want to mostly run around and do like the real-time fighting. It's not recommended, but if you not recommended, but for all intents and purposes, you can do whatever you want. But I really, really, really enjoy the turn system. It adds a special little flair that not most games have, and I think that just proves that SuperGiant is a clever studio. And that's one of the reasons that shows SuperGiant is a clever studio. And other than the gameplay, moving on to the second bullet point, if you will, talking about Transistor, is this game's aesthetic and this game's art style. It's a very special art, which is like a top-down, I think it's isometric is the way to explain it, or the definition of what this kind of game is. And I really enjoy it. Like I said, one of my favorite games, and because of the art style, it is one of my favorite games, and the gameplay itself. Oh, I just leveled up. So, like I said, there are many abilities in this game. Now, these abilities probably won't be the first abilities you unlock, because you can see I'm already level 27, and I don't know what the max level is. Took me a little bit to get there though, and so you can get duplicates. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that one, and they're called functions, and I'll show you what the functions do later in the game. But
I see. Sure.
what was I? Where was I at? I lost track because they decided to reward me with this special level up system. I think I was talking about the aesthetic. But going back to the aesthetic in itself, there aren't a lot of games that do this kind of thing. And I think when the game originally came out, which was in 2014, I was really, my interest was sparked by this game because of the aesthetic and the gameplay and the character, Red, which I want to talk about a little bit in a second.
Where were we?
And there are not a lot of games doing this. And so to see a game such as this one go and knock it out of the park with gameplay and with gameplay and even storytelling. The thing I appreciate about SuperGiant Games is they're telling you a story without telling you a story, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the best way to explain it. But they sort of respect that you're smart enough to piece it together. Now, the Camerata, which is like the bad guys, I guess, in Transistor, aren't like, isn't your typical villain situation where in a game, the game starts off and you're the normal character, and then this bad thing happens. Throughout the game, you piece together the story piece by piece until by the end or by a certain point you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Because even at the beginning, you start off with this unknown person laying there dead, and Red, the character you play as, pulls this sword out of a dude, and you're like, okay, I guess this is we're just hopping right into it, which I like. It's not common in games we see nowadays. Every game has to not plan out, but a very cookie cutter, like, we're gonna do the 3-act structure, this and this, and this is how our is he? Oh, okay, I was about to say, this guy, I thought this guy was bugged out. No, there we go. But very unique. This game itself, very unique. And I think as someone who loves indie games and loves watching indie developers really innovate and make awesome experiences, this game could probably be one of those games that defines me as a gamer. If you were going to be like, Eli, what is one of your favorite games, or what is a game that you would put into your special, I don't know, very special, this is cool, your game, like games of all time? Actually, I don't know if I would, maybe though, because this game, Transistor, does so many things right.
I couldn't stop them.
Just like this right here, like these little moments of like, we're just gonna show you a picture and you don't exactly know what is happening right now because you're just figuring out who Red is, or maybe even not so, unless you've obviously done research before. We're about to mess this person up. Oh yeah, there we go. But like I said, it is the little things in the game that really make me appreciate what SuperGiant Games is doing, which makes me want to go back and play Bastion, because I haven't played Bastion, and it is on Vita. Shout out to the very special Vita, which is that's a whole nother conversation in itself. Ladies and gentlemen, stop messing up. Go buy a Vita. You know what I mean? But when it comes to clever design and unique games, SuperGiant Games is probably one of the best people. If you've seen gameplay of Pyre, that is another game where I'm like, holy shit, this game looks awesome because of the art style and because of the gameplay direction. I don't know if you guys have seen Pyre. Go check out Pyre. They have a PS blog post on Pyre, and I'm super excited for that game. That game is going to be dropping 2017, so not for a while, but in the time to come, in the future anyway. But getting back to Transistor and why I like this game so much. I was gonna say, I was like, that threw me off. But getting back to why I like this game, is the little things, and
cut off our escape.
I'm gonna show you one of those little things after we beat this boss, because you can edit your abilities and everything, but you can't do it until this point, and it's after you beat this Joe Schmo right here. And I'm about to mess his day up. And normally this game seems easy right now, because like I said, I've been wrecking people. I do have abilities that you aren't supposed to get for a while. We only need that one. There we go. Yeah, I have abilities and other things that you're not supposed to get for a while. But after you beat this guy, I think this is the only dude that you have to fight before you can start editing your class and things. Not really a class, but your functions is what they're called. What is shooting at me? Oh, these things. Yo, who you messing with, dog? Hold on. People trying to talk shit. There we go. What was I going back to? Oh, little things. So, little things. This is one of the most special things about Transistor. So obviously you can see there are these functions here. So all these different functions, and I don't want to unequip too many, because then it would take forever. I'm like super methodical when it comes to like where abilities go and how they complement each other. So let's go, and we're gonna edit my breach ability. So you can see there's an active slot, upgrade slot effect, and the passive slot effect. So I'm going to remove this uninstalled, and I had it obviously in my passive slot effect. So each function takes a certain amount of memory, which is that bar on the left side, 28 of 32. And obviously I have a bunch equipped already, so it's a lot. And I've already unlocked. I think you start off with like 8 or something crazy low to begin with, or 8 or a little bit more than that. But each function takes up a certain amount of memory. And so we're going to go to breach, and because I have this equipped over here, you can see that the turn planning, which is like the time pause mechanic, adds a little bit more. The breach function adds a little bit more planning to the turn. And so then it would be that mem. So you're limited to how much mem you have, and you're limited to how many functions you can have depending on how strong or how weak, or I guess not weak, but how much memory that function has. And you can mix and match literally everything. So I put it on a passive effect, but you can make it an active slot ability. So the ability is a real ability. So you've seen like my X ability or my dash ability or anything. And all these abilities can complement each other in different ways. And if you're someone who like myself, that can sit there for hours like customizing their character and customizing exactly their playstyle, you would definitely love this function system, because it is fucking awesome. So yeah, that is all. I'm not going to spend too much time, because I will literally spend 20 minutes just, plucking away at all my functions and whatnot.
I want to show you something.
But now I want to move on to something else that's very special, and it's this character. Okay, this voiceless character that you don't really that you don't care about at the beginning, but immediately you get a connection with this person, because you can see they're pulling the sword out of a dead dude. We're gonna get a little bit closer. Pulling a sword out of a dead dude, and you're like, you've never. They don't set this character up in like a traditional sense, where like you see their day-to-day life and other stuff like. What do you mean protected? See the character in their day-to-day life and anything. They just fucking throw you in there, which I think is really cool, because like I said, as the story goes on, you piece the story together little by little, and then you're like, oh, okay, I really do like this character, because I'm about to mess up these guys' day. They all just grouped together for me. Because they respect you as a player to put the story together by itself, which, like I said, not a lot of games do. But you'll see as the game goes on, and here's these really annoying things. Oh man, I'm getting messed up here. You'll see as you go on through the game, there are little things, and I think I've used the word little things 14,000 times in this video alone, that make this game even better. I don't know, I could probably talk to people or an hour about this game, about everything about this game. But the last and final bullet point I want to point out is, did I really level up
Here we
again?
go again.
Wow, I'm leveling up like a madman over here. Level 28, there we go. Is the soundtrack. And
Yeah, good call.
I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but this is
That's our way
probably
out.
one of my favorite soundtracks in a game
Okay.
at ever.
E64 on.
Obviously, probably one of my
blocks
favorite
down.
soundtracks
Take
is
the
Zelda
second right.
or
Do not
Zelda
turn left.
or
And
what would be another good one?
thanks for the lift.
This is a whole nother topic for another time. But look how gorgeous this is, man. God, I love this game. But the little things, and there it is again. There's that word again. The little things. The little things in this game,
We're going back there.
also including the music, makes this game really special.
We meant these things.
And I don't think I've ever played a game where
Track you down.
the studio, which is SuperGiant, uses the soundtrack in a way that adds to the gameplay. So, like you'll see when you pause the game in the turn effect,
Look, whatever you think.
or in the turn mechanic, it sort of muffles the song, or it sort of will go back and make the song louder or whatever back in the real-time playing. I don't know. It's super cool. But I think this is going to be a good place to stop because this is like the next chapter in the game. But, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you thought about this.
Poor bike.
Oh, there it is.
Just 10 more blocks to the set.
One last. There you go. But I love the voice acting in this game. Like I said many times, I could talk about this game for an hour. But tell me what you think about this game in the comments below. And if you like me doing things like this, Let's Plays and whatnot in the future, go follow SuperGiant Games on Twitter. Go to their website, supergiantgames.com, to keep up with what they're doing. And keep up with Pyre. I know Pyre is in development, but if you want to keep up to date with what they're doing, you can check that out, which looks super cool. Can't wait to get my hands on that. But, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Eli Mosley. Remember, you can keep up to date with me on Twitter as well at _Eli_Mosley, and on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to the channel for more things like this in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Transistor, and remember to be awesome.